Special Olympics Unified Champion schools. So much excitement coming into this Mario Kart Finals. I can't wait to see what these racers have in store for us.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We've got a lot of races coming your way. It's going to be a teams event here, so we've got teams of 4 on both sides, meaning there's going to be 8 people in the race, and depending on your placement, you're going to get a certain amount of points, and the team, there'll be sets of 6 races, and after each set of 6 races, they'll tally up the points and see who won that set of races, and then that will be worth 1 point, and then it's going to be a best of 5.
Perfect.
So the first team that gets to 3 points will be your champions for today. So I'm very excited to see. We're going to get a lot of great races out of these competitors.
That's a big format. Thank you for breaking that down for us. And that best of 5 is going to bring some heat, no action. We have the final teams here. Ethan's not here, and Horseheads Unified Blue going head to head. And the rosters on those, we got Ethan, Donovan, Christian, James, and on the other side of things for Horseheads, Michael, Callum, Dylan, and Liam all on the sticks today. So very excited to see. I know that these athletes have become such best friends and such close comrades over their time just competing here in the Special Olympics Unified Champions schools, over the whole tournament. So down from 8,000 schools across over 50 different locations. It's going to be these top 2 going head to head in the grand finals.
We're getting started here. We're seeing Ethan's not here on the left side and Horsehead Unified Blue on the right. Baby Luigi off to the races here in 3rd. Shy Guy picking up the slack in 8th place here at the moment. Gonna get some items here in that, as Mario Kart goes, the further behind you are, the better items you can get. So at the start of the race, it's a good time here to see if you can snag yourself some good items and make something happen with them too.
Yeah, this is some great stuff we're seeing here early on. Just a very close-knit race thus far. Isabella being the one to break out at the front of the pack, but you do see on the other side of things, Ethan's not here are starting to close in on her. And then, like you mentioned, the items that you get from being behind, just so crucial. Sometimes there's even a strat to just literally sit in the back of the pack until the last moments of the race, and then really start to use those items to edge out an advantage for yourself. So we'll see if that comes into play here. For now, we still sit on lap 2 now for these racers, and things are starting to heat up. Star in the inventory here, and it's going to get popped and possibly break. Our racer here on the Isabella to the left, out from the middle of the pack, and yes, we'll get to do that now heading into 4th.
Absolutely. For seeing Isabel's, those are going to be on the team of Ethan's not here, I believe, both of them with those red outlines. And then they've got a Shy Guy and a Baby Luigi to round out that team. And then blue team, we've got that King Boo and a couple of other racers here who are a little bit behind the other portraits, so we'll have to get to them a little bit.
Well, if I know anybody's on that King Boo, it's going to be Michael Burt. He's the captain of the Horseheads Unified, and he loves to ride and race as that King Boo. We'll see if he gets to get to his Electrodome track later on, but for now, sitting comfortably with that position to start firing off some blue shells and racking up some really great items here for lap 3.
Yeah, all of the stages in this, or all the courses in this event are going to be chosen randomly. So it's going to be hard for them to know for sure where they're going to be headed. You might only get those favorite stages a few times throughout the course of this event. But as far as this first race goes, Ethan's not here, kind of cleaning up on points, taking 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Yeah, that is what you love to see to start things off. Ethan's not here. A heavy, substantial lead to bring things about, but could have been a comfortable track pick. We might see Horsehead Unified get to fill up those 1, 2, 3 spots in the next race and just completely nullify that advantage. But for the time being, Ethan's not here, getting to take a breath, getting to understand that they have the pace set on their track.
Absolutely. All right, there are the point numbers for each individual player as we are getting into the second race here on Mario Circuit. We're going to see how this goes for both of these teams here. Everybody honking their horns, getting ready for action. We are ready to go for race 2.
Getting into things, and early on, lot of blues getting charged up. Everybody trying to break out ahead of things, and it looks like Matt will be the one with the first lead on things. But nice inside track taken here by the Baby Luigi. I love some Baby Luigi action. He's out here holding first place and with a red shell, so he can threaten to take this away from Matt or this other podium position from the Baby Peach there. But for now, just gonna hold on to that red shell, wait for a good time.
Yeah, so both the perspectives we're seeing here are actually from Ethan's Not Here, both on the red team. We have a third Isabel actually on the blue team on Horsehead Unified Blue, but we'll have to keep an eye on those team colors in order to see who is in what position. Right now, Ethan's Not Here, still holding on to that lead with Green Shy Guy holding that first place spot.
I know there was a really big patch recently in Mario Kart. I mean, it was big but also little. The amount of frames that they gave, basically like in some invincibility frames on each individual racer, are very minute and very small. So you know, maybe we'll get to see some of that kind of stuff, be able to power through things that before would have been an obstacle for these racers. But you know, I think it is a very minuscule change. I'd be interested to see if it actually did play a factor in, you know, the competitive Mario Kart scene.
Yeah. As of right now, Ethan's Not Here, still ahead. They've got their first three players in first, or the first three slots, but Isabel here on the left side of your screen just getting hit by absolutely everything, moving from second all the way to seventh, and that's sometimes how it goes in Mario Kart. You're feeling on top of the world, and then you get hit by red shell, into red shell, into green shell, into star, and you know, things get shaken up real quick.
But then was able to pick up a blue shell and a star right after that. As well, you see the triple mushroom and the King Boo coming out. The Boo to steal everybody's items that they had possibly ready to keep things in their favor, but still sitting in 7th place. Unfortunately, 7th place finish, and we'll see a nice movement there of the Horseheads. They were able to secure third, 4th, and 5th there, but still on top of things, Ethan's Not Here with those first two placements.
Yeah, those are some strong races coming out from them, and specifically from that Green Shy Guy. I don't know if you caught it on the little mini map there, but was far ahead of the competition when that race ended. Would have needed multiple blue shells in order to catch that little guy.
Well, we'll see what randomly pops up here for the Game 3, Race 3. And it looks like we're going to head into things. This is the GBA Mario Circuit. We'll see if them having that as one of their favorites will matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're getting all the Mario circuits here at the start. All of the ones on the, you know, different games that have been released throughout the years. Honestly, I love that they, you know, take all the retro tracks that people know and love and add them to the game. And this is the Mario Kart game with the most amount of tracks ever. So lots of different things that we could potentially see for all these racers today.
Well, to start things off, the red team getting a nice little bit of headway on two things. Once again, we're seeing Matt try to threaten that first place position, but meeting some opposition here early. Hopefully we can see the racers from Horseheads Unify really rally behind this early lead that they're starting to find. Looks like Mike Burt coming alive here in race 3.
Absolutely. We're seeing some of these players from Horsehead Unified Blue starting to take those top slots and threaten Ethan's Not Here. They want to make that comeback, and they want to have that first point going to them after this first set of 6 races. We're on race 3 at the moment, so they have some time to do so and have some time to catch up on points. But this is the race where they're going to have to start that comeback.
Such great skill being shown across these athletes today. Just want to give an amazing shout out to everybody that's allowed for this to make it to the grand finals today and bring these racers to no doubt one of the biggest highlights of their esports career. It's going to be a blue shell threatening first place now. No way to stop this right at the finish line. Possibly things will switch up here. Dill Pickle sliding into the first place side of things, and okay, still able to secure second. Matt going to come in third there. And then rest of the red team rounding out the middle of the pack. Mike Burt, unfortunately, finishing there towards the end, and really great job by Dill Pickle to grit that first place after that blue shell.
Absolutely. See these points tallied up here, 70-47 after our first set of 3 races. We're only at the halfway mark, so there's definitely a lot of time here for Horsehead to catch up.
Well, that was some electric racing there in the third game, and it's going to be so important for Horsehead to continue that momentum. Now they've gotten a racer into first. They were very contentious there at the top of the podium, really trying to mix things up. And if they can really be successful in that game plan, they will be rewarded. They are very close on the grand scheme of things. They can make this happen over 2 games.
Absolutely. Looking at one of those Miis, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a hamburger. I honestly, I think Miis are one of the best things that Nintendo's done. Gives everybody a little bit of opportunity to show their personality to the people that they're playing with. Big shout outs to that feature.
Well, let's bring it to the Yoshi circuit and make it happen. We'll be riding around this dinosaur and making it count, especially looking for it to count for the Horsehead team. They need to get some of these podium positions in order to really threaten the top of the leaderboard here.
Absolutely. Started this race going well for Horsehead Unified Blue, but as we mentioned before, things can change so quickly in Mario Kart, and especially at the start of these races when everyone's so bunched up right at the start.
Some great stuff here around the first relative obstacle here on the track. Those backsides of Yoshi's head can be perilous if you are starting to catch items, starting to eat up some red shells or some pressure. It's very difficult to get your speed back quickly. So everybody doing a good job there along the first lap. Some great speeds. Everybody you see just right there, all grouped together still. No breakout performances and nice shortcuts being used around the board, but too quick sometimes. You got to make sure that you are using that brake, pumping that brake when you need it.
Yeah, this stage was one of my favorites from I believe the Mario Kart Double Dash era. Lots of really cool little shortcuts people can use. You can see Isabelle taking a little bit of a shortcut there on the right side of the screen with that mushroom. Definitely some interesting things that you can do when you're this talented at a game like Mario Kart. Find those quicker lines, use those mushrooms to get those boosts across the terrain. Some impressive stuff.
We're seeing the impressive stuff come out for sure. These athletes just gripping the turn so perfectly. Every time that they have the ability to abuse these shortcuts, they are inside of those secret little lanes that you can take. And thus far, we're seeing some great results, but there is a breakout performance here in the front of the pack. Nobody really threatening this first place position, and that's on the red team side. So that will really start to put a lot of space on the leaderboards if somebody's not able to shake this up. And there's the finish line as we talk about it, and Ethan's not here taking the first place.
Yeah, and a Bullet Bill actually coming through. Oh, was looking to try and secure all 3 of those top slots there, but one of the members, Liam there on Horsehead, is able to take that 3rd place spot and secure a few more points for their team.
Yeah, that was Bob Ross with that breakout performance there. And, shout out to Mike, Callum, Dylan, and Liam. They were doing some amazing stuff, but the ability for the Ethan's Not Here squad to just bully that middle of the pack and allow for somebody to break out consistently is just starting to weigh against them here.
Absolutely. That was race 4. We're moving into race 5 here. With quite a point advantage, you have to imagine that Ethan's Not Here will be the ones to take that, but you never know with a game like Mario Kart. Also, these races that we're seeing are on 150cc, which is one of the more challenging speeds to deal with. I know when I play Mario Kart and I try and play on 150cc, I have trouble staying on the road, and actually the speed is just hard to handle. So these athletes here doing a great job of just making it look easy.
Well, race 5 it is, and one of my favorites that they got to add in with the expansion pack, Coconut Mall. Really great generation of Mario Kart that this comes from. A lot of fond memories for me, and this will be the final race here for for our athletes.
Absolutely. We have some items here. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, if you've got red shells and you're on the same team, it will just go right past your teammate and loop all the way around to the back of the person in last, I believe, if you're in second place. Doesn't feel good to be in last place and get hit by a red shell, but I guess in teams, if you've only got friends ahead of you, that's something that'll happen.
Be like that sometimes, as is the life, and we are flying through the Coconut Mall here. Everybody with some great lap times. As things are breaking up, though, we are seeing Bob Ross and another one of the teammates here from Ethan's Not Here. Oh, I believe all three of the top performers finding their edge here in the Coconut Mall. So it is on the amazing RNG items to come in for the unified blue team to really break up this top three.
Absolutely. About to be on the final lap here. Horsehead has to make something happen here. But Ethan's Not Here, so far ahead right now. Top three in first three places here. Baby Luigi is hanging behind. But you've got your top three making... Oh, actually, Baby Luigi getting that bullet bill is going to plow through all of the teammates on Horsehead. And actually, you might have all four of the members of Ethan's Not Here in the top four positions.
Wow, what a move there from Baby Luigi to come out. Blue Shell's now starting to be in tow. Blue Shell going to land onto the front runner here, Bob Ross. But very close to the finish line. I don't think anybody from Horsehead Unified Blue going to be able to get there in time. And yeah, that was a very strong final game performance there by the Ethan's Not Here squad. And I believe that as we see these points tally up, that will no doubt put them as the winners here in the grand finals.
Absolutely. They will definitely take that first point after this last race, unless something crazy happens, but we got to actually play the race out, of course. We'll have, I believe we have one more race. Maybe I'm...
No, I think that was the first five, and then now we'll see be in our second set of five.
Oh,
and
it's sets of six.
Oh, sets of six.
Yeah,
oh,
so
I apologize.
we've got one more. Horsehead does have a chance to try and take this point back. But we're very early in this set still. It's a best of five. We're still on our first point. So, you know, Horsehead does have the time to, you know, try and adapt. Maybe we see some character swaps. Maybe we see some kart swaps. I don't know 100% how or whether that's something that the, you know, athletes will go for. But definitely some time to adapt here for Horsehead.
Do you have a favorite racer in Mario Kart, Locus?
Ooh, I love playing as Dry Bones in all the Mario games that Dry Bones is available. So definitely my go-to when he's around.
I like.
How about you?
I like Middle Mario myself.
Oh,
you know,
yeah?
Expressionless, just smooth, calculated, and speaking of smooth and calculated, things looking really nice here in the beginning of this sixth race of the grand finals, set one.
Yeah, you can see how well matched these teams are too, just with how close everything stays at the start of races. Multiple teammates taking a shortcut here in order to take the lead here for Ethan's Not Here.
Yeah, I gotta go fast. It says Sanic is the tag. I'm not sure the player behind that tag, but really clean stuff here. And then Bob Ross right next door. Going to be two of the Ethan's Not Here. Isabella's having a pretty good race here to start things off.
Absolutely. Baby Luigi here in sixth. Looking for an item to potentially... Oh, but the item he's looking for got snagged. So isn't going to have something to turn this around. It's just going to have to rely on other people, you know, not moving the quickest. And he is moving up into fifth place here.
Moving on up. Doing so in style. Got ourselves a very contentious lap 2 here. Everybody looking to really mix up this middle of the pack. You can see how close proximity everyone is racing. This is a great opportunity for the Horseheads to grab some items and disrupt a lot of things happening towards the front of the pack. Will they be provided that opportunity in that space?
All right, Chain Chomp playing a little bit of spoiler here. getting in the way of some of our racers. Moving into the track on this third lap. Blue Shell coming through, spicing things up here.
Unfortunate how that does just knock out the blue team that much further from being at the forefront of this experience. Dill Pickle as well, now having to deal with all the red shells, but masterfully placing the bananas where they needed to be to keep strong here in this third place position.
Yeah, it's interesting how a lot of these items are multi-purpose, right? You see on the right side here, Isabelle just holding that red shell behind her in order to protect herself, knowing that that victory line is coming up. And that's going to be the two Isabelles on Ethan's Not Here in first and second this race.
That is a great finish to a great game 1 point from Ethan's Not Here. They are now sitting only 2 points away on the grand scheme of things from locking in this grand finals and bringing it home for the squad. But Horsehead Unified in Blue showing great signs of life there all throughout every race. They really coming alive in the middle to the end of that last set.
Absolutely. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to progress forward. We got to see 6 different courses, got to see a lot of great racing from both of these teams. I wonder if we get any character or any kart swaps. Maybe there's some adaptations coming out of either of these squads here, but should be an exciting rest of this set here.
Yeah, well, I believe that we will jump into a short break before we get into the next game. So hang tight. We'll be back with even more of the Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools and PlayVS Grand Finals Championship.
All right, and we're back already. A very, very short break. These players are so excited to get back into the action, and honestly, so am I. I don't know about you, Asti, but I'm having a great time.
Yeah, we have some great racers out here, and they're showing exactly why they've made it to the grand finals today. Going to be opening things up with one of my favorite courses because of how much boost that you can abuse when you find that line. Going to be really keen to see some nice gameplay come out, hopefully by these teams. And it looks like for now we have switched colors, right?
Yeah, it looks like we have. Yep. Yeah, Ethan's Not Here is going to be on the blue now, and Horsehead Unified Blue is going to be on the red. But looks like everybody's staying with the same characters. We're still seeing that gold Mario, that King Boo, that Bowser Jr., and I believe the Isabelle out of Horsehead Unified Blue, and Ethan's Not Here, still with the double Isabelle, Green Shy Guy, and maybe Luigi.
Great stuff here early on in F-Zero from both of the squads. We see how close that front of the pack is, and it's a nice little division that you can see between these two squads. But for the time being, it's still Ethan's Not Here holding things strong in the lead of things. This Green Shy Guy, though, falling off to the side there. A little bit of aggression getting capitalized on by Liam, and Bob Ross trying to follow behind to make sure that Ethan's Not Here can hold on to this lead. But great job by Horsehead Unified Blue to start to break out.
Yeah, a little bit Rainbow Road-esque with some of these sides of the stage that you can just fall right off of. When you're going this fast and playing as well as these players are, it's hard to stay on the stage. You want to cut those lines as close as possible. Sometimes that edge finds you a little bit quicker than you might think.
Dylan and Liam from the Horsehead Unified Blue both love Rainbow Road, and it's funny that you mentioned that and that they're finding more success here on the stage because they just seem to really love those open style tracks where your precision and calculated risk is very rewarded. Going to be, though, for the time being, I believe, though, Ethan's Not Here squad now taking over first place and starting to move the rest of the members towards the front of things. But a second place finish, they are coming in from Horsehead Unified Blue, and yeah, very nice that we see a little bit of a mix up there in that podium to start things off here in set 2.
Absolutely. Ethan's not here, still starting with a little bit of an advantage here, but it's very close, just that 5 points separating these two teams. So a better start here from Horsehead Unified Blue. You're going to need to get a couple more of their racers into that top 4 in order to take the lead here in our second set of races here.
You don't need to stomp, you just need to make your losses less sometimes in these long sets, these 6 race sets where you're able to really, weather the storm and then have maybe one amazing breakout performance that puts you and elevates you above that enemy team. But that right there, 5-point deficit, an amazing start for Horsehead Unified Blue. Definitely getting their bearings here in the grand finals, and you can see some of those nerves shaking off.
Yeah, this really is a battle of attrition between these two teams with how many races they have to play. The pressure from this being the championships and this being the finals, that's a lot to handle for a lot of these races. So definitely going to see how they continue to play throughout this set and how they can manage that pressure.
Well, here we go. The race is on, and lap 1 is starting off with a lot of team from the blue team in the lead here, starting to break out from this middle of the pack, if I'm not mistaken. Nice boost here, though, provided to the 8th place Isabella. She's going to be able to start to make her way to contend here in the middle of the pack. But that's one of the most dangerous places to hang out in Mario Kart. It just seems like everybody has something that they could use to try to slow down your path to the front. Crabs in the barrel just yanking you back down right once you're able to break out just a little bit.
Ooh, and there was actually a snipe with a fireball from that Isabel, catching somebody in mid-flight while they were parachuting and causing them to fall and get reset onto the stage. Just some kind of some aggression coming out from the Isabel there, and some good capitalization there.
And usually this baby Luigi kind of holding things down with a nice item RNG in the back of things, having his time to shine now, moving to the front of the pack. Matt, Bob Ross and friends also very close.
Absolutely. This is the 3rd lap, and you can see just how close the whole set of racers is here. Usually you see a little bit more separation coming into this final lap, but this one is still anybody's race.
Oh, there is Michael Burt coming through with the star, though, to shake things up at the front of the standings. Really clean maneuver to get to the front of that middle of the pack, but unfortunately going to get a little bit of damage there from the shell and get put right back to 7th. Mike almost really going crazy there, but Liam and Dill Pickle cleaning things up.
Yeah, that was a tense ending to that race. There was a point in time where 2 of the members from Ethan's Not Here were in 7th and 8th, and they both managed to kind of sneak up through those ranks right before the finish line there.
So close. You can see how the Horsehead Unified Blue are starting to realize that they could start to take over in these races. They are biding their time and playing their cards really, really well here in set 2. Ethan's Not Here have to be taking this into account. They have to be respectful moving forward.
All right, our 3rd race here going to be on Ribbon Road from the Game Boy Advance. This is a cute little... I actually haven't seen this track before. This might be one of the newer ones, but it looks really cute. I like this one.
Anytime you get to see these little Toad toys greeting you and Baby Mario in the background, it's going to be a party. But we're into the thick of it. Going to be a very nice time for these teams if they're able to ride smooth through here and not eat up too much of this early action. So many of these first item boxes providing great disrupt and disjoint to what you try to build up. But nice job here maneuvering to the shortcut to keep things very in the favor here of the Ethan's Not Here squad.
Yeah, there are a couple of shortcuts here that definitely aren't obvious. Kind of going off the beaten path to jump on a few different blocks and to take a little bit quicker of a route. So definitely some strong game knowledge coming out of Ethan's Not Here. Got Baby Luigi here Rocking that star. It's going to pick up another item here. What is it going to be? It's going to be 3 mushrooms. We get some more speed coming out there.
Speed is the name of the game. And we got some absolute speed demons out here, moving and grooving throughout the course, already flying through lap 2. Look at the distance that Green Shy Guy is able to build up right now, just doing some great work here. Also has the best defensive option for a first place racer, so really just rocking here on Ribbon Road, and this might be a victory lap for this racer if nobody's able to come up with an option.
Absolutely. Getting down to the final lap, and we do see Green Shy Guy up there in the lead. And we've got Baby Luigi in third. So I believe it's all 3 members of Ethan's Not here currently in the top 3, but there is a blue shell coming to shake things up. Coming straight for that Green Shy Guy. And slow him down for the time being, but... Oh, actually, it doesn't even look like he got hit by the blue shell. He's going to lose some time here, though. Looks like he fell.
Here we go. That is the final moments. But if you look at second and third, it is going to the Horsehead Unified Blue. They've been able to bring their racers to the front of things. A Bullet Bill coming out in the nick of time. They are holding on to these items so well. Ethan's not here, but at the front of the race, it looks like 3 of the 5 spots are going to Horsehead Unified Blue. That's definitely going to be nice. Oh, no, Dill Pickle right there in 6th, right behind Sanic.
Yeah, but securing that second and that third place spot is definitely going to be good for Horsehead Unified Blue. I think actually keeping the point differential at about the same as it was last race, which is good. You don't want to allow your opposing team to kind of make that lead any greater. There's definitely still a chance here moving into races. I believe this is going to be the 4th race.
Here we go. What will be our track, though? Perfect Baby Park, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like it.
And that's going to always be a favorite for racers. I don't know one person in the world that does not like the chaos and the turn right experience at Baby Park.
Absolutely. We're going to get, I believe, 7 laps of Baby Park as opposed to the regular 3, just because it's a little circle here, as you see on the map. But lots of items, lots of action, lots of interaction with your opponents. This one should be exciting.
Yeah, you don't know whether you're next to first, last, who cares, because we are Baby Parking. It's nothing but controlled chaos here in the smallest track that we have in the entire lineup. So really nice stuff that these races are going to get to tap into. You already see in the name of Baby Park, Baby Luigi just making a nice lead for himself.
Absolutely. Something we haven't talked about a ton is that coin economy. You get to that higher top speed, the more coins you're holding on to. And in a stage like Baby Park, it's pretty hard to hold on to those coins. Everybody getting hit by different things and losing these coins. There's a lot of action happening.
Yeah, there's always something that you could be in danger of. And you see there's probably 4 bananas right there on that left side of the stage. Anybody that takes an outer loop will be losing coins, valuable assets that add about, I believe, up to 10% to your max speed when you get to that cap. So great shout out there by Locust, and things are finally wrapping up here. We are at the final lap for the racers, and things are really in the lead there. Poor Ethan's not here. 1 and 2 going to the racers, but looks like 3 and 4 are going to head over to Ethan's not here, or to Horsehead Unified Blue, and the 5th place there going to Sanic on the Isabel.
Absolutely. Matt has been cleaning house on that Green Shy Guy. He's been out in first in a lot of these races, getting far ahead. So we'll have to see whether Horsehead Unified Blue maybe targeting that Shy Guy with a couple more items, seeing if they can stop him from making it so far ahead of the opposing team.
The type of action only the Special Olympics Unified Champions Schools Championship could bring, I tell you. Let me get into this next track because I'm dying to see what these racers are going to get into.
Absolutely. We got Sherbet Land. Or Sherbet? How do you pronounce that word? Is it just Sherbet?
I think that'd be Sherbet Land.
All right, Sherbet Land. We are getting into it here. This is a cold one from the GameCube days. Definitely a classic here. Lots of ice on this stage, so it's going to be harder for the the racers here to control their cars. Kind of have to get used to driving on that ice. This ice physics can be kind of strange sometimes. And of course, there's some shy guys out to skate that you have to make sure you're not bumping into either.
Yeah, ice physics along with getting abused by items can sometimes spell some tilt for the rest of the run. It can be so frustrating to try to get your footing back once you've gotten slipped up and tripped up on that ice. But Sherbet Land, definitely a tundra that our competitors are going to have to get their bearings on. Even has that underwater as well, which can mix things up a little bit. You got a little bit more floaty and things like that.
Yeah, don't let the cheery music fool you. This is not a stage for the faint of heart. These racers doing a great job though of staying away from all of the dangers, and just as you can still see on that map, such a close race here in race 5.
Dill Pickle eating that green shell snipe there, so smooth by the Baby Luigi racer here.
Got Baby Luigi out in first here, but with so many people so close, I can only imagine that we might see shakeups happen soon. He does have that one green shell for protection here, but if that's not in the right place at the right time, it might not go well.
Well, going well it is, as now our racers approach the final lap. Things definitely going to heat up here, and that's why you hear the music change tune, because it's not fun and games here in Sherbet Land. Going to be a lead that is starting to be very much expanded upon by Ethan's Not Here, but with the item draws that could come out, anything could shake up here in the final moments.
Yeah, we're seeing those members of Ethan's Not Here in the top 4. I believe all 4 of them holding those top 4 slots at the moment. As we're coming to the end of this final lap. Oh, but Isabel gets taken out. He's going to move back into 6th place here. As our final standings come through here, all the racers get over that finish line.
Okay, looks like Liam able to break into that 3rd place position, and then Mike, the captain, holding things down in 5th. Across the board, though, it looks like Ethan's Not Here going to be holding down a few more points and getting that lead, like we said, expanded on just that much more. I believe we're going into race 5 here. What will be the course, and what could be the win condition for the Horsehead Unified Blue to start to see themselves in those first 2 positions?
Well, you mentioned it earlier, they do love that Rainbow Road. It would be incredible to see a Rainbow Road match on a championship day like today.
Yeah, you love Rainbow Road or you hate Rainbow Road. I feel that 100%.
There's no in between.
Yeah, and unless I can, cheat and put some smart steering on, there's no way you're gonna catch your mans in the grand finals wanting to see Rainbow Road get drawn. So I definitely am, probably more on the side of the Ethan's Not Here team in that manner, because I don't doubt that if we were able to see that track come out, that the blue would feel right at home.
Absolutely. This is the final race here. It said at the start of that, so this is our last chance for Horsehead to try and get some points here in this 2nd match before that point gets taken and we reset everyone's scores.
Being able to use your style on that eel and get as much boost as possible is so pivotal, and we saw some expert tricks coming out. All these racers really zooming here in the opening moments.
Absolutely. Holding on to that boomerang there. Trying to make a pick with it. Such an interesting item. If you do manage to hit something, you get that boomerang right back. Rewards that kind of masterful use of it. Rewards you for, hitting things, which is really, really cool.
Taking care of business. So crucial in the grand finals. Things really opening up here. You're seeing a lot of blue team racers starting to catch that lead, but look at the red team in the middle of the pack. If they get a couple of beneficial items to start to slow down the lead, who is not that far ahead, definitely could spell imminent demise for Ethan's Not Here.
Absolutely. Moving towards this final lap. Baby Luigi is out ahead. not too far ahead that a blue shell couldn't turn things around, but definitely has a strong advantage here with that green shell for a little bit of protection. You're going to need something strong in order to dethrone that first place run the Baby Luigi.
Oh, what a crazy bullet to come out here from the green Shy Guy, who rampaged to the back of the pack just to possibly get some items to clean things up there with the final points, because wow, what an entrance there into third place with the Bullet Bill. It's great item use coming out, but Mike starting to put some pressure here at the top of the table. Going to be looking to take away the second place position shortly, but the red shell going to be denied. And that is the finish line being crossed by a lot of the Ethan's Not Here squad, but Mike, Cal, Liam, and Dill rounding out those 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th places.
Absolutely. Final point total here, going to be 143-291 for Ethan's Not Here. So Ethan's Not Here going to be taking our second set of races here. We're going to be moving into our third set a little bit, but we are going to take a little break here. We actually had 3 specially trained Special Olympics athletes that were trained at the Microsoft headquarters, which was an awesome opportunity for them. We've got a little clip that you can check out and just learn a little bit more about them and that unique leadership experience that they got to have. So we'll bring that to you, and we'll be back with more races shortly.
We are doing shoutcaster training for the Special Olympics and Microsoft's Rocket League tournament.
It has been so inspirational to watch our athletes get this amazing training.
I wanted them to be able to walk away with an idea of how they can bring their personality to the Rocket League commentary.
It was awesome. I think I was born for this.
Getting to do something that big, that was amazing.
I'm hooked. I'm ready for the competition. Can't wait.
All right, welcome back to the Special Olympics Unified Esports League Finals yet again here for Mario Kart. Ethan's Not Here with a 2-0 lead so far in the set, but this is where it matters, this final game. They need to take this last one in order to take it, and I imagine with the pressure as high as it is, you know, could start to see something different. This could be the start of a comeback for Horsehead here.
Yeah, there's nothing more exciting than a great comeback narrative, and that's exactly what's in the hands for the Horsehead Senior High School athletes. They have an opportunity here to fully turn this around, and we're starting things off on Sunshine Airport for the first race.
Absolutely, all the racers excited to get in here, all honking their horns. I love the little hops that they do when they honk their horn too. We are getting into this first race here. See how this starts off for both of our teams here. We are going to be seeing Ethan's Not Here still on the blue team, so no side swap this time. And Horsehead Unified Blue on the red side.
No side swap. Going to keep things nice and similar to last time because Baby Park was drawn. So that's maybe why they were like, yeah, let's not switch sides. We got to play Baby Park. That's the dream.
Oh, and such unfortunate timing for that red shell. Kind of disabled that boost pad in me. Just tipped Green Shy Guy right into the water there. He's going to have to find some items here and try and catch up.
Well, let's see the chat is rallying behind the Horsehead Unified Blue here, and they are starting to make a really great attempt here at those podium spots. But as I say that, a blue shell going to shake things up for the squad. Ethan's not here, just keeping somebody in the back of the race so well and so often that they're able to pull the best items and then make things so difficult for that middle of the pack attempt at breaking out.
Yeah, you're not going to really get any blue shells if you're sitting in 4th and 5th. And with how far ahead some of the people on Ethan's Not Here have been able to get, sometimes that's really what you need is that blue shell to try and even things up. So sometimes having that player in the back just to kind of collect on some of the items and disrupt things like you mentioned, it's a great opportunity.
Well, here we go, crossing the finish line for the end of lap 2. Bob Ross also getting things done there for the Horsehead Unified Blue. So we have a real game going on here. Blue Shell circling above first place and going to take out the racers. So this is a prime opportunity for the Horsehead team to start to take control of this race.
Yeah, we're seeing that gold Mario here in first place right now. The new look for Horsehead, having that gold Mario in the lead here. Let's see if we can hold on to it for the rest of this race, rest of this final lap. Get some points on the board for Horsehead.
Yeah, it looks like Dylan trying to wrestle tough for this first place. Mike also keeping things pretty contentious, but now first place has been taken over Zanuck for the time being, but looks like Mike and Dylan will find the finish line in good places. We'll have to see how things finish up on the scoreboard, but last place going to Cal for the time being. Dill Pickle, though, and Liam solid at 3rd and 4th. Top of the board, Bob Ross and Zanuck holding things down.
Yeah, a strong start here from both of these teams. Horsehead was in a situation where they might have gotten a couple more points than Ethan's Not Here, but everything changes so quickly in Mario Kart with all the items and all of the things that go on, and Ethan's Not Here able to steal some of those positions away right at the end of that race.
Well, we've been at Mario Circuits earlier. Now we go to Mario Kart Stadium. Going to be a bunch of fans lining the stands for these racers, and I bet that's just lending to the excitement here that the grand finals hold. Ethan Not Here on set point. Going to be trying to get this 3-0 here in the grand finals, but Horsehead Unified Blue showing that they have the grit and the resilience to contest them. Will they be able to even it out and start to take place of some of these first place positions?
Absolutely. Ooh, some of the team of Ethan's Not Here accidentally hitting their teammates with some of those banana peels. You know, with this many racers on the course, this close together, it's sometimes hard to avoid that friendly fire when you're holding those bananas up.
All in all here, Dill Pickle making the first break out of the pack. Going to be hopefully rewarded for his efforts. I know the Horsehead Unified Blue are eyeing for a chance to start to take home some of these first place positions in the races, and thus far still holding his own.
Yeah, Dill Pickle really being the one to try and stand out here and make something happen on Horsehead. It's going well so far, but that blue or that red shell is going to be guarded there from Dill Pickle. He's not here trying so hard to hit him with the boomerang.
Yeah, he got a double item box as well, so I don't doubt he still has defenses in tow. And yep, 1 and 2 still going to be able to deny those shells. Another banana in the defensive position for Dylan here. So important for him to continue to hold this through lap 3. And you can see the Ethan's Not Here squad just starting to key in, starting to really focus down this racer.
Maybe a window here. Oh, almost connects with that green shell, but now there is a green shell bouncing around the road there. I'm just going to avoid that for the time being. Sometimes those green shells can get your own way.
You gotta watch out for the snipes of the green shell. So important that you continue to look behind you during these races. And there is a second place finish, meaning that Dylan is able to hold things down there in the first place. And that might be the rally that the Horsehead Unified Blue can get behind to start to shake things up here in Grand Finals.
Yeah, points still moving towards Ethan's Not Here side. But that is what you want to see if you're Horsehead. You want to see that one of your players can take that first place spot and start to rally around that moving into our third race here.
Third race. That will be halfway through the hill that Ethan's Not Here have to climb in order to get through this Grand Finals. But Horsehead Unified Blue starting to crack the code, starting to find the pace, and just like that, Jill Pickle taking first place. Love to see it come out.
All right, and we are getting Mushroom Gorge from the Wii version of Mario Kart. Lots of bouncy mushrooms on this one. You get a lot of airtime, a lot of those tricks to get those speed boosts. We'll have to see what kind of lines these players take over those bouncy mushrooms.
There's that red
go fast.
Red flag in the front of things. First time we've gotten to see that in quite a while. So the streak broken. Acceleration going crazy though here on Matt. Just instantly flying to the front of things here on the standard cart.
Here we're seeing some of these mushrooms. Of course, those red ones going to be giving you those bounces, and the green ones are just kind of regular platforms. So some interesting lines you can take across this gorge here that the level is named after.
Masterfully done from our racers. Round one. Bob Ross getting attacked and barraged by the fireballs, but able to get by the skin of their teeth. Super smooth. Liam gonna threatened here, and I believe that is third place by the rest of the racers, but first and second still being held strong by Ethan's Not Here.
Alright, having that mushroom, holding on to it. Potentially you can use these mushrooms for some sort of shortcut. Let's see how they use this.
Everybody just continuing to make some small micro advantages for themselves by the hand of Ethan's Not Here, and that's why you're seeing these racers now in first, second, and third. And the strategy that we've seen come out time and time again, Green Shy Guy gonna kind of gracefully head to the back of the pack and start snagging some of these key items to disrupt the middle of the pack advance from the Horsehead Unified Blue. Just so potent is this strategy, and that's why we're seeing it come out time and time again.
Blue shell coming out here from Green Shy Guy. I don't know if the blue shells in teams will actually hit your teammates or whether they will just go on to the next person.
It goes on to the first place racer of the enemy team, man. Dirty.
Yeah.
Even if they're in fourth place.
And that will definitely secure some points here for Ethan's Not Here. You mentioned it earlier, but having a lot of those good items, even if it means having one of your players a little bit further back, can be such a good thing for your team.
Yeah, we're seeing the real strength of the team here starting to come together. They are able to play by this playbook, and if it's not broken, don't fix it, you know? Like, they are just rotating somebody to the back to snag out some of those key items, and it's working to great effect thus far here. We're gonna have race 4 come out, and this is gonna be the deciding race really for the Horsehead Unified Blue to mount a comeback.
All right, I believe this. Okay, Calamari Desert from the Nintendo 64. So this is an old track. This is definitely one of the retro ones, but definitely
back in my day,
classic. Yeah, really.
Mario used to have work gear on. It wasn't even called a uniform.
It's wild that the first Mario Kart came out like 20 years ago-ish. Game has been around for a very long time, and it's awesome to see that these athletes have the ability and the opportunity to show off their stuff here.
Here we go. Calamari Desert being the place of battle, and things definitely heating up here. Love to see how close things are starting off when I can't tell how many racers are in the race because there's the profile, is, like the little picture icon just so stacked on top, that's when I know that we're in for some heat.
Absolutely. Green Shy Guy taking some clips across the dirt, using that mushroom in order to not get too slowed down when going off the road. Some strong stuff.
Where now it looks like Ethan's not here, starting to get a bit of an advantage here. Hopefully it will not be too early for the Horsehead Blue to be able to do anything against. Blue Shells coming out now to start to disrupt things. Don't believe that there was any defensive tools in the hands, and no, there wasn't going to be full damage taken there by the front runner.
All right, moving through the train tunnel here. On our third lap, getting to the end of this race. This is when everything counts. We're going to see the star come out from this Green Shy Guy. We're going to try and disrupt some stuff and make sure that the members of the Horsehead Unified Blue are as far back as possible and kind of secure that lead for Ethan's not here.
Yeah, Dill Pickle starting to come into contact here with second place, but I do not believe having enough speed to finish it out. No, it will be still first and second, going the way of Ethan's not here. Dill Pickle coming in third. And as we see the rest of the scoreboard, yes, it will be Herfrites getting that fourth place spot. And just seeing the lead continuing to go in the favor of Ethan's not here.
Absolutely. It's been a pretty dominant showing so far from Ethan's not here. You know, lots of experience between these two teams. They've played together a lot. I believe Ethan's not here was the team that won last year. So definitely a strong team showing from them.
Bringing it to the city, bringing it to the nightlife. And we're going to go a New York minute here in race number 5. We are in the grand finals here of the Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools grand final race. It's so exciting that these esports athletes are able to bring this level of talent to this stage. Only, of course, thanks to the partnership that has been around for over a year now with PlayVS. Just so amazing the capacity at which we're able to operate and move and get over 8,000 schools integrated into this amazing tournament structure. And this is the just desserts of that as we finally get into these final races here.
Absolutely. Got the red shell here for that Green Shy Guy. But with 3 people from Ethan's not here holding first, second, and third, gonna hold on to that one for a little bit.
Love the music, very Broadway. I think I just saw the Flatiron building back there, but I'm not sure. But we're still going through a beautiful Nintendo interpretation of a New York level in the Central Park. Some great opportunities to get some shortcuts through there if you have a mushroom, but our front runners not being allotted any of those tools. The boomerang coming from the front there on the Big Luigi, but instantly takes back his spot with the red shell.
Now we are seeing the Isabel from Horsehead Unified Blue here, bringing up the back, but will potentially get some strong items in order to make that comeback here. While the rest of Horsehead, or while the rest of Ethan's not here, is bringing up first, second, and third.
Yoshi and Toad cheering on our racers as the middle of the pack starts to abuse each other. But Dill Pickle and friends looking to get moving forward here in the standings. You see 4 racers right in those 3rd through 6th spots in the race. So will be a lot of points if they're able to clean this up.
Yeah, that Sea of Red kind of pushing forward and trying to make things happen. Isabel from Ethan's not here is going to sneak through right at the end there and move into that 6th place slot. Is going to sneak a few points there. I'm going to get an update on our points here. That's 121 to 74. It's going to be very hard for Horsehead to catch up here as we move into our last couple of races here.
Tall task in front of them, but the type of comeback that championships are made of, and that's exactly what they'll need to do here. They'll really need to come back out the gate swinging, possibly even take the top 4 spots here in this race to start to really put a dent in that lead that Ethan's Not Here have cultivated. So culminated, going to be it looks like 2 racers that we're waiting for to jump in here for this last race.
Absolutely, taking a breather, you know, high pressure, you know, lots of things to think about. Maybe grabbing a drink of water before we get into this race.
Stretch your hands, stretch. You know, you got it. When you're in these situations, you cannot just become static. You got to let life flow. You got to continue to take care of your body. And I love to see the moment taken for a little mental break. But this could possibly be the last races for the Horsehead Unified Blue. Ethan's Not Here have brought themselves to game, set, match point, essentially.
Absolutely, this is going to be where it counts. Everybody blazing through the start of this track on lap 1 here. Shy Guy holding on to that mushroom. Ooh, is going to fall off the course there. Some of these gaps in the railings leading to some spooky spots on these turns. Not having that guardrail there for you.
Very great stuff being shown here in the opening moments, and that's why Dill Pickle is happy to be holding on to first for the time being, but gets disrupted right as he crosses the finish line into lap 2. Now Baby Luigi gonna have his chance here to start to make a break for things. Dill Pickle, though, having a great time and a great edge here, staying in second to try to put some dent in this gameplay all around the board. Seeing Dill just have a great set here.
Luigi holding down that first place. Ooh. Oh, but Dill Pickle is going to move, kind of drafting off his opponent there, and is going to take that first place slot in this final race, moving into the final lap.
Getting things done for the Horsehead Blue, but a blue shell will take Dill Pickle and company out for the time being. Now things looking a lot closer here at the top of things as both first and second place take a little bit of a spill. Big bomb.
Absolutely. Explosive final race for sure. This final lap is coming to a close here. This is where it matters most.
Love to see this level of intensity brought to the grand finals moments, and we're rounding the last curve here. Dill Pickle sitting in the first place position, if I'm not mistaken. And that will be a very clean race to come out. I'm so sorry, Sanic will be moving over to that
gold Mario. Yeah, we
did
actually get a character swap.
Yeah, threw me off there. I'm like, I only know of one gold Mario out here, but no. The tide has changed, and now there's a new gold Mario to grace the top of the leaderboard.
And that is going to do it. Ethan's Not Here taking all 3 of those sets of races, and they are going to be your champions today.
Some masterful game plans that they had. They were able to really hold strong onto those top 3 positions, rotate somebody to the back that felt comfortable coming back strong with some good item rolls, and they were able to just continue to do that time and time again. But I love the show that came out from Horseheads Unified Blue. They really were showing that they had the grit. Maybe if we were in like a best of 7 situation, we wouldn't see that comeback start to mount. But all in all, just some amazing racing we've seen across all these athletes.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to watch. And congratulations to both of those teams for making it to finals, and also for being such good sports and, you know, having a good time with each other while, you know, competing for the championship. So before we go, we're going to leave you with another video about a girl named Zoe, who's an exceptional youth leader from Fife High School in Washington. Students just like her are stepping up across the country and opening the doors of their school to Unified. How did Zoe do it? Watch our new video and find out.
Unified Sports is just like other sports, but it's inclusive of students with and without intellectual disabilities. So I heard about what Unified was, and I was like, whoa, that's awesome. Like, why don't we have that at Fife? bunch of research. I got in contact with the director of Unified Schools for Special Olympics Washington, asked her questions. I asked a lot of questions. That's the first thing you need to do. Ask a lot of questions. You need to be prepared. So every day I've been greeting kids, fist bumping them, like saying, hey, good morning, come to our meeting on Wednesday at 9. Learned a lot of kids' names and made that relationship, like built that connection with those people. I went into their actual classroom. They were like kind of nervous. Do I really want to go? Keep going. Like once they did get to Unified, they're like, oh yeah, this is fun. I was 15 when I started this, and if I can do it, anybody can.